Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, let's learn how to make this Belgian dark chocolate truffle cake. So let's get started. First, keep your baking tin ready, that is, grease it well with oil or butter and line it with a butter paper. Sift your dry ingredients to make sure there are no lumps in it. Keep this aside and now whisk the eggs. Beat the eggs till they are foamy and then start adding sugar gradually while continuously whisking it. Do not stop in between. Once all the sugar is incorporated, then you can increase the speed to medium or medium-high and continue to whisk till it doubles in size and looks pale in color. Add vanilla essence and mix it well. Now add your dry ingredients and gently fold in. Do not try to deflate. Be gentle over here. Do not overmix the flour as it forms gluten and the sponge becomes hard. Once it's mixed well, pour this batter into the baking tin and level it with an offset spatula. Bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees centigrade for 20 to 30 minutes. While the sponge is baking, prepare the ganache. In a saucepan, heat the cream. Keep stirring so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. When it starts to simmer, switch off the heat and pour this cream over chopped chocolate. I am using Calibre 55% dark chocolate. Make sure all the chocolate is covered with cream and leave it aside for 2 to 3 minutes. Now mix it well and keep this aside for it to cool down completely. Now the sponge is baked well. Using the blunt side of a knife, run it all around to loosen up. I used a push pan, it was easier to demold. Use a serrated knife or a cake cutter and gently slice the layers. I have sliced twice for a 3-layered cake. Add a dollop of chocolate ganache onto the cake board so that the cake sits in place and doesn't slide off. Place the first layer and gently press it so that it sticks well to the cake board. Now sprinkle the simple syrup, which is equal parts of sugar and water. The sponge should be moist enough. Apply a generous amount of ganache and spread it all over. Repeat the same process for the next 2 layers as well. Apply the ganache to the sides also. Using a bench scraper, smoothen the sides and edges of the cake. Make sure to clean the palette knife in between. Now clean the cake board and then place it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Once the cake is set, apply the final coat of ganache. Be quick to spread the ganache as it sets quickly because the cake is cold. Use a bench scraper to smoothen the edges. I am making this a 2-tier cake. I had layered the second tier in the similar fashion. I am trying this without inserting cake dowels. Gently place the top tier in the middle. With this recipe, you can make a single tier cake, but I had divided the cake batter to make a 2-tier cake. Now it's time to be creative. I am keeping it simple. Fill the ganache in a piping bag and simply go back and forth to create this simple network all over the cake. Make sure the ganache should be of flowing consistency. The list of all the ingredients are given below in the description box. Do check them out. This recipe will give you 2 kgs of cake. Chill this in the refrigerator for 15 to 20 minutes. Now start garnishing. Choose a side where you want to garnish, probably the not so good side of the cake. Apply some ganache so that the fruits stick and doesn't fall off. I'm adding orange slices, figs and strawberries for some color. I'm also placing some rosemary for some green color, but microgreens would be better. And that's it, your cake is ready. I couldn't slice it for you guys as it's an order, but trust me, it's a yummy cake. Happy baking! If you like this video, hit that like button and do subscribe. Bye bye and see you all next Saturday.